All right, next up is Devin Neal, Kansas running back, 5'11" and an eighth. I'm sorry, I thought in my brain it was 5'10".
I think it is 5'10".
It's 5'11" and an eighth.
Oh, his dad was right.
His dad was right. Actually, his dad was shortchanging him an eighth of an inch.
Yeah,
I've got that too.
5'11".
Oh, wow.
I must have been
He
thinking about
grew
somebody.
from Senior Bowl because at Senior Bowl he was 5'10" something.
Okay.
And so combine he grew.
Senior Bowl's measurements. I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, 8 and
Lollipop
3/8,
kids were out there
8 and
doing
3/8 or something, right? To 9 and 5/8. What was it?
Yeah, Jalen Milrow went from being Oompa Loompa to Green Giant.
Anyway, Devin Neal, 5'11" and an eighth, 213 pounds, 8.5-inch hands. Maybe he should go back for a recheck.
Maybe another recheck.
20. He's 21 years old. He'll be 22 in August. He ran a 4.58 in the 40, 1.59 10-yard split, 124-inch broad jump, 37.5-inch vertical. Last year at Kansas in 12 games, he had 219 rushing attempts, 1,266 yards rushing, 16 touchdowns, 24 receptions, 254 yards receiving, and an additional touchdown. Surprisingly, Kansas had the 7th best rushing offensive line, and his yards after contact were 814, which ranked 17th in the nation.
Devin Neal, they have him at 5'10", and
it's not right
at Senior Bowl. That's so weird.
It's not right. It's 5'11" and an eighth.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So
get over it. You were wrong. His dad was right. Can you please?
Senior Bowl said 5'10".
Can you please? Move on?
All that being said, Devin Neal is there are certain players there's another guy that he kind of reminds me of in this class. There is nothing in the underwear Olympics that you're going to be like, whoa, this guy, what an athlete. Like, there's nothing there that you're going to be like blown away by. But there is a football acumen that Devin Neal has that makes him a really intriguing prospect. He is a very, very patient runner. He has very solid vision. And what he might lack a little bit in like burst and long speed, he makes up for with playing with really good pad level, being very physical, having good contact balance, catching the ball well. Like, he just has a very well-rounded game for somebody that you're like is not an above average athlete, but he's a football player. And you saw that they leaned on him quite a bit at Kansas. Like, he had to be a lot for several years for this Kansas offense. And he was willing to do all of those things. And the effort was always there. Not an amazing pass protector, but he did it well enough. Mm-hmm. And you could see that the effort was there often with him. You saw a couple really nice ones and then a couple that were a little rough.
Yep.
A little rough. So inconsistent there. But what I like with him is I think he has a good build to him. I think he's got a solid weight. And he actually ended up being a little bit faster at the combine than I even thought he was. I thought he was going to be below average speed. He ended up being a little bit faster there, which was good, which tells me one of two things. Either A, he actually is faster, or B, what we talked about earlier, that he was putting in the work to improve in these drills, to do what he needed to do, which once again shows to that dedication, hard work. So he's never going to be the player that you're like, wow. Like, you're not going to watch a highlight tape of Devin Neal and be like, this guy's ridiculous. But man, is he just really, he's going to fall into that like workman-like running back, the Kyren Williams of the world, the Bucky Irvings of the world, of just like, man, does a lot of football things right. And that's kind of how I feel about Devin Neal. He ended up getting a 72.7 for me. So a very, very solid score. Came in as the 12th rated back in the class, just ahead of Ollie Gordon.
Yeah, I'm going to echo a lot of what you said. I mean, the vision is there. I love his ability to kind of stretch things to the outside and find a cutback lane. Mm-hmm. I think he does that stuff really well. So the lateral agility, I think, is there. I don't know that he's going to be a guy that strings 3 or 4 moves together, but one cut runner type of guy. Maybe he'll get two moves in on it. Yep, bam. But I think he's bursty enough, and I agree. He's quicker than fast. He's one of those guys that I wasn't shocked when I saw that he was in the high 4.5s with speed. I think he does everything pretty well. I'm agreeing with the pass blocking. It's you can see that he knows how to do it. Just sometimes he gets caught off. You know what I mean? In a bad spot. But he looks natural catching passes. I don't think there's a situation where in the NFL they're going to need to take this guy off the field if he does fall into a situation where he's a starting running back. So that part of it's good. The one thing I think is lacking is a real power element. I mean, 213 pounds, that can kind of sometimes go either way. Mm-hmm. And I don't think he's got real power, but he's got contact balance and can fight through some things. So there's still yards after contact type of stuff in his game. I just don't think he's going to be running guys over or moving piles very often. But other than that, man, I do like him. I'm similarly scored. I have 72.5. Okay. I don't know where that lands him in my class because I haven't done the whole thing, and I don't look at them until I'm kind of all done. So, but he's up there. I like him. He's a nice player.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard for me to add much because you guys just pretty much nailed it to a T there. I mean, he's pretty good in short yard situations. I mean, we saw that on tape, like on 3rd and 1, like he's doing pretty well. Now, I understand your point about the power.
It's not power. He can find a lane though. He can find an alley to kind of squeeze through and stuff like that.
Shows pretty good vision, like always going forward, always moving forward. I like his hands, like you mentioned, just like everything's solid. Like he does everything very solid. Not the big home run threat, but a guy you're going to want on your roster can find himself into a situation where receiver A goes down. And even though he's not the most talented, he can finish up as like running back 14 on a year just because he had all the carries, right? Like he was getting the touches, he was being involved in the pass game. So not a bad running back, not a great running back on my board. Probably for me, looking more like a 3rd round rookie pick. Excited to see kind of where he goes because out of a lot of teams, take a guy like him just to have a nice, solid running back that can get the job done.
Where do you see him going in the draft? Anyone?
In the 4th.
Yeah, I was going to say 3. I think he's like
for sure.
If he had a similar trajectory to like a Devontae Freeman, where he went in the 4th round and then had to work his way to kind of a starting lineup or starting position in a lineup. I think he's got the skills if he kind of hones a couple of things over a couple of years to do that. And the good thing for him, he's 21 years old and he's got a little bit of time.
One of my favorite plays, actually, wasn't too crazy though, was Devin Neal. It was that Iowa State game. They went to go do the lateral, but they threw it behind him. And he made that sweet one-handed catch and then got to the outside edge. And he did a lot of too. Like when he was able to get to the outside edge, like, okay, he's going to get like 6 yards there because he's so stout. So overall, that Iowa State game catch was pretty solid. So his hands overall look great. Nice solid prospect.
Yep, he's solid.
There's one other note I want to make, but unless Jared has it, so I'll give you a chance in case you had the note.
I don't know what you're referring to, but I'll just say.
I'm just gonna give you a chance. Figure it out.
Your psychic connection sucks, bro.
No, I mean, I'll just say that I agree with you guys. I mean, I think he's a solid player.
Struggle to find anything to add.
Last small note: he was a former baseball player also at Kansas. So he was dual sport athlete.
Struck out on that.
Explains that catch.
Yeah, it explains the catch. And you saw him at times throw like halfback passes and stuff like that.
The catch was like this. It was like this, and they brought it on his shoulder too.
Yeah. So I like guys that are multi-sport athletes. That's always a plus. You see a lot of them that are track guys.
Sure.
Cole Kmet was a good baseball player. So Russell Wilson played baseball. Rich's favorite player.
Unemployed Russell, please. He's unemployed. Be respectful.
He scored pretty good for me, 71.5.
Okay, so I have him a hair higher than you, but nothing crazy. I was at a 72.7.